A recurring theme you guys are hearing on our YouTube channel and all of our social media pages is our desire as a company to invest in you with content that educates you and also products that are going to help you become better prepared when we're talking about our firearms and carrying those firearms. Our desire is to equip communities with the right information so that you can be a better prepared defender. So that trickles down into all of our lineup and all of the aspects of our target systems. So what I have here today is our mini A-DAP system, and attached to this is one of our hostage assemblies. And the hostage assembly is a unique attachment for any A-DAP system, any generation, that's going to allow you guys to train with purpose and have a higher level of accountability. Let's get into it. The hostage target assembly bolts on any of our A-DAP systems, and doesn't matter if you purchased it in 2015 or 2021, this bracket will attach to your top bracket. And that's super awesome because there's part commonality in our brand from day one, even though we released the hostage assembly later on. And installation of the hostage assembly is super easy. We include 4 bolts, 4 nuts, some washers, and you can just bolt it right to the top bracket through the 4 holes. The paddle's pretty slick. It just locks into the gussets, so the mechanism itself locks it in a way that it can't jump out. And we do offer a couple different paddle sizes for the hostage assembly. So if you're shooting 22 long rifle and you like to just plink and enjoy stuff like that with smaller calibers, the 3/16 paddle is awesome for you. Most people purchase the 3/8 inch AR-550 reduced paddle, which is what we have here. This is perfect if you're using centerfire pistols or light carbines, and what we distinguish or determine or define light carbines as is 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39. Anything that falls into that realm would be perfect for this paddle. If you find yourself engaging this target system at longer distances with bigger calibers, we do have what we call our 308 paddle, and that's going to work with anything that is ballistically similar to a 308. So there's a lot of versatility in this system. You don't have to change the bracket. You can just simply switch paddles depending on what you're using. And in my personal firearm journey, what I've used this hostage assembly for and what my reasoning behind designing it and developing it was to just offer people more accountability in their system, but also add some reactivity. The reactivity is key because it's a challenging target. It's small. This paddle is not very large. So this is our mini A-DAP that I have here, but you can see that the paddle itself is much, much smaller. And when we developed the hostage assembly originally, all we had was our C-zone A-DAP. So we had a big target plate and we wanted to push people with their accountability. So we released this hostage assembly as our way to offer people some more accountability with reactivity. And a little bit of a side tangent, before we released the bolt-on assembly for the hostage, we actually had our own hostage system that was a totally separate product than the A-DAP system. But over the years, we just decided, and as time went on, that it was a better move to have something that anybody that had an A-DAP system could just simply adapt it to their target plate. My favorite thing to do with the hostage assembly is pistol training. And that's because pistols generally are very difficult to shoot. They're difficult to master. I'm definitely no master. I have a lot to learn, and to be honest, we're out here at Site B. It's hot, it's dirty. We've been shooting all day, and we're all hungry at this point. So, you know, my shooting's not the best right now. But this system is going to take you at those times and push you to a higher accountability level. So what I wanted to do is actually show you one of my favorite ways to use this system. So I've got some ear pro, and we're just gonna come back to 10 yards. Guys, this video is not gonna be super complicated. When it comes to pistols, you can shoot as close as 10 yards. With the light rifles, light carbines, you can shoot as close as 50 yards. And if you're shooting 308 on 308 paddle, that's 100 yards. But anyway, guys, let's go back here to 10 yards. So my friend Phil with Vigor Training talks about a drill that he calls the pirate drill. And so what that essentially is I can put multiple rounds on the body and then engage the hostage paddle. And the goal here, for example, if I draw and put one round on the body, I want to engage the hostage paddle, be engaging the body, and then be ready to be back on the hostage paddle as it swings around for that second shot. So essentially, before the paddle comes to the other side, I want to be on target and ready to engage it. So we're gonna do that here real quick for you. And we're gonna use my SIG P320 just on the beep. So what's gonna happen is I'm going to shoot the body, paddle, body, paddle on the buzzer. Okay, so that time was 2.75. So what are we working here? So why, and also why is this a exciting drill, one of my favorites? So for one, it's fun, it's super exciting. Two, and I recommend you guys check out this video on our YouTube channel. We talked to Phil at Vigor Training, and he kind of goes into the reasoning behind why these drills exist. That would be episode 4 of Budgeting Ammo. We'll put a card up here, check out that video. But what I'm doing here is engaging with what you could call macro aiming, where I can just get the dot on the target, break the shot, hit the center of the mini A-DAP. And then on the hostage paddle, I really got to dial my aiming down and make a high precision shot. And then the timing is I'm reacting to how that paddle is moving. So I'm putting a time threshold where I have to perform at a very high level in order to get that second body hit and then engage the paddle as soon as it comes around to the other side. Another thing that we could do is just work on your reaction to the hostage paddle, and I'll try to make some hits here. So essentially, I'm just gonna draw and engage the hostage paddle itself and go paddle, paddle. So we're just gonna try to flip it back and forth real quick. Okay, total time on that was a 2.04. Not bad. So in 2 seconds, I draw from concealment, engage the hostage paddle, flip it side to side. So now what we can do is variations of that drill as well. We can do 2 rounds on the body, paddle, 2 rounds on the body, paddle. So we're gonna do that, and I think I might end up with a reload, which is fine because one of the other things I love to do on this is reload drills. So let's do this. So 2 to the body, paddle, 2 to the body, paddle. That's what we're gonna do here. Sometimes if you end up hitting the hostage paddle on the inside, you'll end up having to clear it, essentially clear it around. So light hits on the inside of the paddle can get it stuck on the back. Let me actually just clear this system out. All right. So that's another thing with the hostage system that I really enjoy, is the fact that you have to react to the reaction of the paddle. So if you have a poor hit, you are going to end up having a poor result. And that is something that it's hard to replicate in our training. I mean, we can see when we miss, but this is a instant, immediate. I know that if I hit the inside of the paddle, I may not fully rotate it around, and I can dissect the why behind that and then address that. So another thing I like to do, this is the last drill that I'll show you guys real quick, is just reload drills. So what I'll do is draw, hit the paddle, reload, put 2 rounds on the body, hit the paddle. All right, that was a sloppy run. Let's see if we can get one clean run out of that. So we are going to draw, hit the paddle, reload, 2 rounds on body, hit the paddle. Cool. So those are just a couple drills that I'll run with the hostage system. Guys, like I said, the hostage assembly, it adapts to any of our A-DAP systems in our lineup. It doesn't matter if you bought the A-DAP in 2015 or 2021. So if you want some more reactivity, you already have one of our A-DAP systems, definitely check out the hostage assembly. And if you want to add a hostage assembly to your A-DAP system, in every single A-DAP system that we offer, we have the option on the website to add the hostage assembly at a discount. So you can save some money on a hostage assembly when you buy it with a system, then you can get out and start training with more purpose, because ultimately that's what we're trying to do here on the range. And like I said a couple minutes ago, we have range days where we suck. We have bad range days, and like one of the drills that I shot here, I didn't do very good, and we're gonna have those times. The key is working through them and using the tools that we have to become better shooters, because ultimately that's how we are going to better our community and then affect the culture around us and have an impact on everybody around us. So guys, check them out, tatargets.com, go to shop, Steel Target Systems, and then look for the hostage target. You're gonna love it. It's gonna help you train and you're gonna become better prepared. Appreciate you guys.